Assalamu alaikum to all the believers during this month of Ramadan and Ramadan Mubarak. My name is Abdul Hakim Abdullah. I am a chapter chairman for Muslim Men in Action, a national organization. Our national chapter is based in Atlanta, Georgia. I have taken it upon myself since last year to do work with Sister Khadijah Dawah concerning the homeless plight of Muslim women and their children. So the organization is actually Sister Khadijah Dawah and Community Services, and I have taken upon myself this year, during this month of Ramadan, this blessed month of Ramadan, to spend approximately 2 weeks in the field working with this sister, getting a bird's eye view, if you will, up close and personal of the circumstances that befall our Muslim sisters and our children every day. And so I'm here to help, not only just to raise funds, but to hopefully bring this information, bring the plight nationwide, because of what is happening here in New Jersey, all over New Jersey, but basically in Newark, New Jersey, where the homeless shelter is, I'm thinking that this is a problem nationwide. And so, since I've been here, not only has it been a pleasure to work with her and to be up close and personal dealing with the situation, but I've had many blessings. I've had chances to pray at different masjids and come to know many different Muslim brothers. And so, alhamdulillah, I'm going to hopefully get my sister to open up and answer a few specific questions I have for her concerning how long she's been doing this and what are some of the circumstances that she finds the shelter in today, and the help that she needs from the Muslim community, inshallah. So, dear Sister Khadijah, assalamu alaikum. I know I'm about to switch the mic over to you. I want to make sure I can get it to you. But just give us a little bit of background about yourself and how you came into this endeavor of giving dawah and taking care of homeless sisters here in Newark, New Jersey.
Actually, my name is Khadijah, and question you're asking how I came into Islam and what makes me into the dawah and helping the sisters, Muslim sisters. How do I put it? I was a music businesswoman, a music promoter for many years, wheeling and dealing in American music. And one night I dreamed somebody gave me Quran in my dream, and I found the same Quran from the dream. And since that day, I would say I have no choice. I wish I have a choice, but I don't have any choice. It's been 15 years, and every day I promise myself, it's still a dream, but every day I wake up and it's not a dream, it's reality. And I'm here 15 years. What do I tell you in 15 years?
Well, I want to get specific. Before we start talking about the shelter, I want to get specific about you, because it's basically for Muslims and the plight of the Muslim female. And as we know, I keep mentioning it, some of them have children here, and you've taken care of, bring them to the shelter as well. But I want to go right to some of the stories. I want the people that see this documentary to understand. I wanted to touch them. Tell us about some of the stories that you have encountered, some of the stories briefly that that I've heard about, like sisters sleeping in bus station, Penn Station, New York, the airport, stuff like this.
There is one incident. A sister converted to Islam from Louisiana State. Her father, she told me, he's some big guy in the police department, maybe a assistant commissioner or a commissioner of police, I don't know. She converted to Islam online, and then she was wearing the hijab, being a Muslim. The father and the brother, who is also a policeman, and she claims she's the only white Muslim in that town. and they asked her to leave. In other words, she got married to a Muslim man who said, I'll help you, but I have to marry you. And she married to him. He took her to one of his country, Algeria, I guess, and then I don't know what happened. He divorced her, he brought her back, left her at her father's house. And she claims, that's what she told me, her father was abusing, but they didn't want her. She ended up here in my house in New Jersey. That's one. There's another sister with her daughter, converted to Islam. And she got married to a brother from Jordan. He got the papers, the green card, and a child, and he ended up divorcing her as soon as he got the green card. And she ended up here. There's another convert. She have 4 kids. One day I came home and she heard about me. She was sitting on my stairs. She had to give her kids away to some Christian family. She lived here about maybe a year, and she got a job as a CNN. She have 2 jobs, and she moved on. And she got her kids back now. I met those kids, beautiful kids. It's like there's another sister who is here right now. She's been here 1 year. There's another one who claims she's a Muslim for more than 40 years. She wears niqab. She ended up homeless. She's here. She ended up homeless. She's right now here, been here like 7 months. There's another one from Pakistan. She's a divorcee. She's here. There is another one, a widowed with her 3 kids. She's here. She's from Pakistan. Her story is, her husband was working in a gas station, and he got cancer, and he died. She's here at present with her 3 kids. She's from Pakistan, some place called Lahore, Pakistan. She's from here. I had one from India, a few from India, but this particular one, she had a 12-year-old. She came here. They're like, there's one from Trinidad. There's a Masjid Sanmihar. She's here. There's another one from Pakistan who had beat her kid with a hanger. And the child welfare took the kid, leave it with the husband, put her in the depression ward in the hospital. The hospital called me. She stayed here. I cannot, they're like just like so many.
Okay. And that's what I needed to hear in brief. We don't have to really go into detail, but it seems to me that the sisters that you have here over a period of time and up to this date, they cross all different racial backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds. You take them all. It doesn't matter. And their plight, you see, and this is good for everyone to know. It doesn't matter the racial background or the ethnic background. This problem of homelessness exists. See, we have to be colorblind when it comes to this. So this is not a Muslim shelter for just Pakistani women or sisters from Bangladesh or whatever. This is a Muslim shelter for everyone across all racial and ethnic background.
I had quite a few from Egypt, Morocco, Palestine. I had 2 from Palestine with their kids. I had from Morocco. I had from Egypt. So no, as long as you're Muslim, I don't care your color or where you're from. No, it's Muslim. Muslims are Muslims. Yes.
Now, let's get right to the meat of the subject here. What is it? Besides your drive to make sure these sisters have a place along with their children, have food and shelter and be safe, what is it that you need from the Muslim community? Now, I understand that people give sadaqah from time to time, but it's along the line of food mainly. Some people have donated some funds, but in touring the house and seeing what you would like it to be and the work that you've had done, it's plain to see that we're talking about dollars and cents here, because we know that it takes money to run this shelter. The bills need to be paid. You have electricity, you have gas and electric, rent, these things, but you want to upgrade as well. So what do you need from the Muslim community?
Actually, this is something I don't want to touch on because I have tried. I've tried and I've tried. I'll just give you one example. There are a few examples, but I'll give you one. About a year ago, the bathroom, one of our bathroom was broken. The pipe was broken, but because it's 3 floors and it's all connected, the bathroom, you couldn't use the bathroom. So it was broken. So the sisters had to use the neighbors. I had at that time 12 sisters. And they all had to be going to the McDonald's, which is 18th Avenue, about 3 blocks, and Dunkin' Donut to use the bathroom. And I needed $600 to fix it. And someone told me, don't go to a masjid. So I said, let me call them. So I picked up the phone and they gave me the number and I called them. So I explained the situation. I said, we have a homeless Muslim woman here, shelter, in Newark, New Jersey. Someone said, you guys are very nice people over there, and to come. And I explained the situation. I have 12 sisters using the McDonald's, and they're using the neighbor bathroom, and we need $600. It's an emergency. He said, come, I'll give you $50 from my pocket, and then I'll see what the imam will do, or they will do. When I went, I spoke with the brother in the office, and I explained the situation. And he said, and I went with another sister. I said, brother, we have an emergency. You can make announcement on a Maghrib prayer and explain to the worshiper that we need $600. Maybe we'll raise it if you make announcement. So he said to me, okay. So he consulted, he called a few people, and then he told me to make an application after he makes some phone calls. And that's going on to like 3 hours. We're there now. So I used the opportunity to pray and to get some spiritual, peace for myself, waiting, hoping Maghrib is coming in on, they will raise the $600. So after Maghrib now, he said, no, we couldn't do it because this place have a system. It runs with a system. I said, but we have emergency. He said, no, we have a system. Make an application for the zakat form. So I made the application form. So me and the sister came back empty-handed. So again, we're going on another day, using the neighbor bathroom and using the McDonald's and Dunkin' Donut. So I called him a few days after. I keep calling him. I said, just explain to me why you cannot help. He said, because you're in Newark, New Jersey, and we have poor people in the neighborhood, and the zakat we have is for our area people. I said, brother, I got 2 sisters from your area. Pasik, and they're from Palestine. I got 2 sisters from your area, and I never asked them, go to your masjid to help. So why am I not qualified? Doesn't make sense to me. So see, with that one example, I would like you to multiply. I know you know what is multiplication. You take 1 and you times it, 5 or 10 or 12. So I'm giving you this one example, and I'm going to tell you to multiply it times 20.
And dear beloved believers, those of you that will get to see this documentary and to really ponder the thought, what the sister is really saying is that these are the roadblocks times 20. The times that she's went to different Muslim communities and been rejected for help. I Muslim Men in Action conference call, the program that I host every Sunday. I make a plea every Sunday at the top of my program for Muslims, because I have outreach to Muslims all over the country that call into the show. And so far, and it's not to serve as an indictment, but if it comes out as an indictment, then so be it. The sister has only received help from 3 Muslims, in quote, I say the next 6 to 8 months. And I want the believers to understand what I'm saying, especially brothers. we have to do more. The believers have to do more, but especially the Muslim brothers. The Holy Quran tells us that men are the maintainers and protector of our women and children. We need to understand that. Let's get back to the basic fundamentals. And I'm going to say this because there's other people here that need to be interviewed and support Sister Khadijah Dawah in her efforts. I'm going to say this before I get off this camera. If we don't do something now about the situation in Newark and perhaps in your own backyard, because this problem is systemic. It's not only here in Newark, New Jersey. And a testament to that is because this sister has taken sisters from as far away as California, Chicago, and Florida. So that means, and the other day, Allah is my witness, I had a sister call me and I spoke to her about it, called me from Las Vegas, Nevada, saying that she needed a place to go. So this situation is bigger than just Newark, New Jersey. It's bigger than Sister Khadijah Dawah. It's nationwide. What are we going to do about it? When are we going to wake up and realize that Allah is watching this situation? And what are we going to do? It's not a burden. It's not a burden to want for your sisters and your brother what you want for yourself, but you have to have the sincerity. You have to mean it from your heart. This is why I took this. It's not a challenge. Some people call it a challenge. I took it as a personal mission during this month, this holy month of Ramadan, when I could have been doing like so many other people at home with my wife and the brothers and sisters in my specific community, and making prayer and going to break the iftars and laughing and joking, and each and every day just having a jovial time. But Allah placed this on my heart. And so I'm telling you, the believers that get to see this video, especially the brothers, wake up and realize that the next sister that might be homeless could be your wife, your mother, your daughter, your niece, and their children. So with that, I'm going to give it back to Sister Khadijah Dawah for closing comments. I'll say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum. And thank you very much for your effort. I do appreciate it. And I appreciate your sacrifice and your few steps that you take to help these sisters. The women in Islam, I should say the sisters in Islam. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. And so, my dear beloved believers, sisters and brothers across this country, just rehashing what you've just heard and speaking with my dear friend and sister Khadijah Dawah, the hardships that she faces, the hardships that some of the sisters have faced, the reasons why they come. We could have got deeper in depth with that, I suppose, but the circumstances surrounding their homelessness is not important at this time. What is important is that each one of you, look into your hearts as believers and give her the help that she needs. Sister Khadijah Dawah is the only sister in the northeast region of this country that I know of that is running a homeless shelter for Muslim women and their children. So we need to put our full weight behind it. Muslim Men in Action, the full weight of Muslim Men in Action is behind this sister and supporting her efforts. And I am asking you, preferably my Muslim brothers, sisters as well, but my Muslim brothers, please, let's do what is right. Let's help this sister, okay? Let's reach into our pockets, inshallah, not only during this blessed month of Ramadan, but think about Sister Khadijah Dawah. Think about the sisters with their children here in this house throughout the year. Those that are fortunate enough with the grace of Allah to go on to a better life, but those that are still left behind and those that are yet to come. Let's look into our hearts. Let's give her the support, the monetary support, the dollars that she needs to do what she has to do over the upcoming months and years, inshallah. I thank you once again from the bottom of my heart. This is Brother Abdul Hakim, Muslim Men in Action, chapter chairman for the great state of Virginia, saying Assalamu alaikum. May Allah reward you.